but that's okay. It is 8:04 on a Monday morning. It is April 11th. This is Coffee Talk. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. Hope you're having a great start to the day. It is a lovely start weather-wise, and I think we're on our way to continue that over the course of the day. Here's a look at the top two things we are monitoring today. First and foremost, goes without saying, we are enjoying a lot of sunshine. We are enjoying another nice, cool start to the day. But looking ahead, those temperatures are going to start to climb here over the next couple of days. So hope you're ready for it. Hope you're enjoying this chill this morning because it is going in the rear view mirror. Let's look at temperatures across Central Florida. Right now, we are sitting in the 50s for most of the area, though you head to the north and several of those spots are in the 40s. 48 degrees in the Villages, 47 degrees in Ocala. It is 46 degrees in Palm Coast. So it looks great. It feels great. Definitely jacket weather or long sleeve weather as you step out the door this morning. But later on, you're able to get into the t-shirts, the shorts, the polo shirts, the more comfortable clothing, if you will. Outside right now on our Tower Cam network, we are looking live in Melbourne, looking over the causeway. Just a mainly clear sky. It is beautiful. I do want to point out, though, that temperatures, while they are cool, they are running a little warmer than when we were discussing things on Sunrise yesterday. It's about 4 to 8 degrees warmer this morning, and that trend will continue into the afternoon. So where do we go from here? I raise my coffee, and we enjoy this forecast together. 60 by 9 o'clock. So we're going to continue to warm here over the next couple of hours. 73, 11 o'clock, into the upper 70s by 1, and into the lower 80s for a daytime high. That's at about 3 p.m. today. So definitely looking like a really nice day. I know it's a Monday. Everybody's operating perhaps a little bit slower. I get what you're saying. Frankie, good morning to you. Connie, Eric, Chris, good morning. David, Beverly, Gloria. Hope y'all are doing well. Frank says, hi, Dad. Dad's enjoying breakfast right now. Anna, good morning. David, Susie, Jennifer, good morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. It's a lovely start to the day, right? Does anybody have any fun plans today? I have to work. Anybody? Anything? Maybe you're going to go to SeaWorld? If so, would you take me with you? Forecast for SeaWorld looking nice. Opens up here in just under an hour. Beautiful sunshine. 78 degrees by 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're looking great through the entirety of the day. Temperatures, again, into the lower range of the 80s. So what is going on? Why is it that we are enjoying this nice pattern now, but warming things up over the next couple of days? Well, let's just take a look and see what's doing. We've got nice, comfy air over top of us, but notice that that area of high pressure is sitting just off to our east. That high pressure over top of us this weekend gave us the cooler air, but now the way the winds go, they rotate kind of clockwise. So what we're ending up with here over the course of today is more of a southerly component to the winds, a southeasterly component to the winds. So temperatures are going to start to climb. And as that high continues to push off toward our east, we're going to see more and more of that southerly component to the wind. For tomorrow, even warmer. For Wednesday, even warmer. And Wednesday into Thursday, there is a cold front that's north and west of us that's going to start getting closer to us. But don't get too excited. This front's not going to do what you'd like it to do. This front is going to stop north of us, essentially not making it, depositing some moisture in the area, and thus leaving us with a hot and, kind of summer-esque weather pattern. So let's just take a look at the 7-day forecast, and then, of course, we can kind of elaborate from there. Today's high temperature in the lower range of the 80s. I will point out that it's exactly where we should be this time of year. Average high temperature, 83. We're in that ballpark. Tomorrow, even warmer at 85 degrees. By Wednesday, 86 degrees. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, look at that. It's almost like summer. I mean, it's like almost like May weather, really, in Central Florida. So we're just hitting our stride a little early. But the dog days of summer are definitely right around the corner. Friday, Passover. Sundown, may see a couple of storms. Saturday, Sunday, Easter Sunday. Of course, a lot of people are wanting to know about that Easter Sunday forecast. And we do have a few showers and thunder showers in that forecast, okay, especially into the afternoon. So just plan accordingly. Of course, there's Good Friday, this Friday, with a couple of those storms, and of course for Passover. But yeah, just look for your midday egg hunts. That's where we'll have to start watching the radar. And then for family dinner time, showers and even some thunder showers, okay? So, yeah, just be planning for that. Frank says, fun temperatures climbing. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Mark, how are you, buddy? Good to see you here. Nancy, good morning. Ugh, the heat is back, Judy says. I know. Jennifer, think we'll get any more cold at this point? Jennifer's asking. So my long-range forecasting does have an indicator of perhaps one other opportunity. Let me pull up the April calendar and let's just kind of see where we're at. So today is April 11th. Trending warmer. I have not touched this, by the way. I've not touched this since I put it out on March 9th, okay? So today, trending warmer, warm temps, staying warm through the weekend. But I do want you to notice the 25th and 26th. Warm trend ending. All right, that's a couple of weeks from now. But according to the long-range techniques, the LRC that we use, based on that, perhaps our warming trend comes to an end by the end of the month. So we'll have to see if that plays out. That'll be interesting to see if that does end up playing out. I do want to take a look here. Let's look at the model and just see. Give it a second. Weather, temperature anomaly. I want to look at the temperature anomaly on the raw model data. This is the GFS, okay? I just want to look and see if this shows any kind of an anomalous chill. '25th, 26th. Not really. I mean, it shows a cool push right there around the 26th to 27th. You see in the nation's midsection those blues and those greens. That's the 25th, 26th. So maybe that push, if you see my long-range forecast says 25th, 26th warm trend ending, and if you look at the GFS in that window, that is a push of cold air. Does it make it to us? It's too far out for the GFS to know, but theoretically that would be the cool stretch that the long-range forecasting is showing. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays out. I would like one more taste of cool because summer is going to hit in full force and not long from now. Kenneth, good morning to you. Gretchen, good morning. Becca, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Marie, good morning. Jennifer, interesting. Do you think Central Florida will see any severe weather in April? I don't have any indicators of severe weather for right now. But, it's always a possibility, right? We know that it's always a possibility, especially in Florida. If you look at our 7-day forecast, there are some storms that are in the forecast, right? Late weekend to the weekend. They're just your normal run-of-the-mill storms, but in Florida, anytime that happens, as I'm rolling my sleeves up here, anytime that happens, you run the risk of getting some of them to be a little stronger. So we'll certainly be on the lookout, right? But for right now, there's no indicator that these are particularly concerning weather patterns that are moving our direction. Just a couple of showers and thunder showers, the run-of-the-mill stuff. Now, I will say that the nation's midsection has quite a few opportunities for strong to severe storms these next couple of days. Seriously. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, yeah. Some nasty weather moving out that way this week and several rounds of it as well. Let's take a look at the wider perspective and see what's doing right now. You can kind of see some stormy weather out there now, but there's another storm system moving into the Pacific Northwest that's going to kind of ramp in and fire up the dynamics. So there are several opportunities for them. Thankfully for us, though, things are looking fairly cool. Beverly's asking for a May calendar. The problem with the May calendar, I'm going to put out calendars, but they're going to be much less expressive because think about it. May into June is when we transition to our rainy season. But what I am going to do, and I was chatting with a couple of people about this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my trending weather, watching the November 6th event, that kind of thing. I'm going to kind of put highlights on there. So I need to do that. I just haven't had a second to, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and do that through the summer. That way we can kind of continuously look ahead at things, right? But that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be very descriptive. It's just going to be like moisture trending up, or watching November 6th storm system, that sort of thing. Those sorts of things, okay? See you, Frankie. Be good. But yeah, that's where we're at. Dawn says, good morning, all. Happy Monday, getting ready for a trip to Daytona Beach for my anniversary on Thursday, coming home on Easter. Hopefully we will have decent weather. Hey, I mean, the 7-day forecast, nothing for nothing. 7-day forecast looks very, very nice for us these next couple of days. I do want to point out, though, looking late this week, as those temperatures are trending warmer, we're also noticing that our muggy meter, the dew point temperatures, are trending warmer. And, of course, that means more humidity. We're going from just downright pleasant air that we have right now to comfy air, which is still nice, but, we're trending in the wrong direction. And over these next couple of weeks, that trend is going to continue. By Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, if we don't get any opportunity for cooler air, we're getting into the muggy category. So, for what it's worth. The rain on Easter Sunday, is it around lunchtime? It looks like it'll try to get going just after lunchtime. So if your lunch is running a little late, perhaps you have to watch for it, okay? Debbie, I have no idea. Eric says the LRC forecast was interesting to me. I'm glad I found your streams. This is a good community. It is a good little group. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It very much interests me as well. And what's interesting is getting into the month of May, we're going to start to have to watch the tropics. That's when the LRC gets very interesting. So what I'll do, maybe today, my work day, I was scheduled to be out at the hurricane conference today. That is not happening. I'm going to be at the hurricane conference tomorrow. But for today, maybe I'll work on my monthlies for the summer just to point out the bigger weather events. Aaron says, I heard Colorado State University April forecast for hurricane season was the highest for an April forecast. Should be interesting. Numbers don't matter, though. It's where they go. Well, and you know what? I agree with that. It is where they go. Just a reminder, we will have Phil Klotzbach on Coffee Talk here this week. And of course, Phil is the one that authors that Colorado State University hurricane forecast. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. Michelle, good morning. Angel, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. So, yeah, that's what we've got for you. Nice forecast, but we've got those shower and thunderstorm chances on the increase these next couple of days. Just one of those things we have to deal with. It's not too bad. We did, by the way, hit a record low yesterday. I believe it was in Sanford. So, that's kind of one of those interesting things. But, talking about hurricane season, with Phil Klotzbach and the April forecast out, just a reminder, we're not all that far away from hurricane season. By the way, since we're talking about it, here are the names. I can't believe we're already here. But here we are. All right, so good times. And of course, that we've put out the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast. We've got the Colorado State University forecast, and I believe NOAA's forecast is coming out tomorrow, which is what I'm doing at the hurricane conference. I'm going to be interviewing it's Ken Graham, right? The director of the National Hurricane Center. Why am I having a momentary? Yeah, Ken Graham. Okay, I had a moment of complete blankness. So I'm going to be interviewing Ken Graham tomorrow. He's the director of the National Hurricane Center. I'm going to be interviewing Storm Surge lead. Oh my gosh, his name is escaping me. I need more coffee. Tomorrow, and then I have to see when Phil's going to be available, but I want to interview Phil for Coffee Talk, which also means, and this is what's super cool, you get to ask Phil Klotzbach a question. Of course, remember, Phil Klotzbach, as I mentioned, he is the one that penned the Colorado State University forecast, learned directly under Dr. Bill Gray. Here's the Colorado State University forecast, just for perspective. Average for a season is 14. named storms, 7 hurricanes, 3 majors. Colorado State University is forecasting 19 named storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 majors. So when Phil joins us, have your questions ready to go. How do you do this, Phil? How long have you done this? All of those fun things. Lots to talk about when it comes to hurricane season for sure. Just a reminder, by the way, that his forecast calls for a 75% likelihood that a hurricane will be within 50 miles or over Florida, near or over Florida. 75% this season. When it comes to major hurricanes, 44%. Once again, Florida, geography issue. And his forecast, much like our forecast at WESH 2, calling for Florida to be the main focal point for hurricane season this year. If you recall, the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast calls for 2 different hotspots. We're calling for Florida to be hotspot number 1, and we're calling for coastal Carolinas to be a hotspot number 2. So this is ours. His is a little different. And it's interesting. Somebody said, well, are you discouraged that the hurricane forecasts are not lining up? No, we're using different methodology. Not one of them is perfect, but you do the best you can. You use techniques that you're taught, and you do the best you can. So it'll be very interesting to chat with him. I've gotten a chance to chat with him years and years ago. I think the last time I spoke with him, he was still working under Dr. Gray. Dr. Gray passed away several years ago now, so it's been probably 10 years since I've even gotten the chance to chat with Phil, so it'll be very cool. Jennifer's absolutely right. These hurricane season forecasts, they are guidance, not gospel. Okay? All right? They are guidance, not gospel. Elizabeth is asking, do they use weather balloons still? Absolutely. At least 2 times a day. At least 2 times a day. All right? Yeah. Good morning to you, Mercy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. The November 6th recycle will be an interesting one, Eric says. Yeah, I agree. I'd really rather think that red for Florida means hot rather than 75% storm path. Yeah. Susie says Dr. Gray was a fixture. It's true. Well, and when you look at the people that have gone through Dr. Gray's program at Colorado State University, a lot of big names. If you look at the full write-up on the Colorado State University forecast, they talk about people that have studied under Dr. Gray, and it's, it's the who's who of tropical meteorology, truth be told. Aaron says numbers are different, but hotspots seem to line up not far off. Yeah, they're not far off. And numbers can and will be different, right? Different methodology is going to lead to different things. So that's why it's called a hypothesis. The proof is in the pudding. Nobody's going to knock anybody else. He has, if you think about it, they've done this forecasting since the 80s. They have put a lot of years into their methodology. It's not perfect. My methodology has been around just as long. I've not been a part of it that long, but, the proof for both of them is learning and working forward. Linda, doing the monthly calendar, marking those November 6th possibilities would help me stay calm. I do better being prepared for what may come. Yeah, that's the idea. So that's what I'll do today. I'm going to put together monthly calendars showing kind of patterns and things like that. All right, I can promise you that. Okay? We'll take care of that. All right? Usually I'm pretty chill about hurricanes, being that I've lived here my whole life. However, with so many people moving to Brevard County, I'm wondering if they're updating any evacuation routes or processes. It has me a bit worried. That's an interesting question. Let me text our special projects producer. That's an interesting question. Our special projects producer, she helps put together the hurricane season forecasts. The hurricane special. Okay, that's a great question. I just texted Marcy. I think that's a really great point, and at the very least, something that we should address during our hurricane special. So I always tell you, Tracy, this is kind of a focus group. It gives me great ideas on what you want to know, and we can then do our storytelling better. So I appreciate that. Very much, as a matter of fact. Thank you, thank you. Eric, the 2020 season having no landfalls in Florida really does solidify the accuracy of the LRC, in my opinion. Well, and if you look at the October and November timeframe of 2021 being so quiet, that to us is a fairly significant indicator that this year's hurricane season should be a bit quieter, which is why the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast, and again, each one's different, but the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast is going for near average. Now, probably a little above average, but we're not going crazy like we have these last few days. We think it's going to be kind of a near average, near to slightly above average season. Okay? 14, 7, and 3 is kind of the average. We're going with a near to slightly above average. Colorado State University is going with an above average season. We'll see what NOAA says. But at the end of the day, it's all about just trying to study, just trying to learn, trying to, spread information because, like it or not, hurricane season is right around the corner. All right, Marcy gave me the thumbs up, so she's got it. Request on evacuation route story received. When does the hurricane special? Usually it's around June 1st. We're working on it as we speak. My interviews, by the way, for tomorrow, those are for the hurricane special. Yeah. Jennifer, that is a great question. Volusia's having a boom too. I mean, I think all of Central Florida is having a boom. So I think that that's an interesting story in general. Evacuation routes. How does emergency management get that information to these new residents? I think that that's all encompassing. Fairly interesting. I don't know. Let's see here. A below average can feel above average if you get hit with one. See, that's exactly right, Jennifer. I mean, I think back and I always love thinking back to 1992. August, first named storm. August, like we made it to August without getting a named storm. Super quiet. First named storm. Little tropical storm develops off of the east coast of Florida. Little tropical storm Andrew. Becomes Category 1 Hurricane Andrew, becomes Category 2 Hurricane Andrew, becomes Category 3 Hurricane Andrew, and we know how that story goes, right? That was a great question. Flagler has so much more traffic with so many new residents. Yeah. Eric, for Tampa having no hurricane landfalls in the past 100 years, I think the people of Tampa should be extra prepared this year. My brother Frank, who lives out there, says that there's reasoning, there's historic reasoning for all of this. What I'll tell you is it takes one, right? It takes one. And if you look, Tampa is a part of our hotspots for the WESH 2 2022 hurricane season forecast. So for what it's worth, okay? Is there a long-range forecast for the last week of April? Yeah, it's looking a little cooler too. Not too bad. I think that if that happens, and we were looking at the model here a minute ago, if that happens, the end of the month of April, that warm trend ends and there's a little bit of a cooler trend, I think that is our last bit. I think that's the last one. Which I would love. I would love one more, but yeah, that's where we're at. All right, so yeah. Look at that. April 11th. I put this together March 9th. April 11th, trending warmer. Warm temps, staying warm. Literally, a month ago, called for this week to get warmer. Yeah. Called for the 8th through the 10th to get mild. It did. It actually did. That's pretty cool. But yeah, a couple of showers around like mid to next week, blah, 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 warm, staying warm. Notice, though, the 25th, 26th, warm trend ending. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. All right? It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. A direct hit from the east hasn't happened in Volusia in over 100 years, too, I believe. I'd have to check. Either way, it just takes one, and it doesn't have to be a direct hit, Like, think back to Irma. It hit down in the Keys. Irma did a number up here. Think back to Hurricane Charlie. It hit on Captiva and Pine Island, Boca Grande. Look at what Charlie did to us here. It doesn't necessarily... Think about Wilma. Wilma hit southwest Florida, but the Palm Beaches were just mangled. So it doesn't, the landfall. Think back to Hurricane Harvey. It hit in one spot of Texas and became a disaster in another. So these things, each storm has such unique properties, has such unique dynamics, which is why, for me, it's kept me going in tropical weather has kept me going in my career. You know, I'm 20 years into my weather career now, which is crazy to think. And tropical meteorology is what has absolutely kept my grasp. And this long range thing, absolutely. That's my focus. All right. Personally, I'd love for Eric to go back and see if there's any signal he missed that would have indicated the severe weather we had April 1st through the 4th. I could do that. I'd have to just look back. What is it? It's April 1st through the... Shoot me a message, Chris. I would be interested to go back and check for that. Elizabeth says, hurricanes are dangerous. They can cross the state and turn around and backtrack. Think back to Faye. It had 4 landfalls in Florida. What was that? Faye was 2008? Was Faye 2008, 2007? Faye flooded the peninsula. Jennifer says, Matthew really hit the coast, but just a few miles inland and hardly anything. And Matthew didn't even make landfall, right? So for what it's worth, yeah. It's fascinating. It's all just fascinating stuff. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun, Nikki. Go have fun. Be good. Anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns? Just a reminder, looking ahead to Francis had tornadoes, and it took like 1,000 days to move across the peninsula. And then Gene, a couple of weeks later. And what'll really blow your mind, if you're new to my long-range forecasting, is that Charlie and Gene, same LRC cycle, same LRC indicator. Yeah, they came from different coasts, not that far apart from each other. But you could time them out. I have case studied it. Isn't that crazy? That's what's crazy. Just don't tell Lezak it's crazy. What's funny is Lezak corrected me saying, don't call it crazy, but he calls it crazy. When we talk on the phone. I need to check in with him. I haven't talked to him in a while. All right, friends. That's it. Getting warmer, hot. Getting hot. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you guys and gals later today at 3:30 for the afternoon coffee talk, okay? All right. Be good, guys.